Washington. On the final Monday in November, in a Washington home, stately enough to have a name, Whitehaven, members of the Women's Leadership Forum raised just shy of $1 million for President Joe Biden's re-election effort. Their host, Hillary Clinton. 2 weeks earlier, Clinton published an op-ed in The Atlantic that forcefully made the case for Biden's approach to the Israel-Hamas war, putting her credibility on the line as progressives demanded a ceasefire. And 2 weeks before that, at a Columbia University panel on the anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Clinton shut down a heckler who asked her to comment on Biden's warmongering. In those moments, in an interview on The View and in social media posts, the 2016 Democratic presidential nominee is stepping into a role as one of the most prominent and influential surrogates in Biden's re-election effort. As a former Secretary of State, she has the bona fides to provide Biden with a measure of political cover amid a war in the Middle East that has split the Democratic Party. Clinton is popular with women and key parts of the Democratic base and remains a fundraising draw who can help ensure Biden has the money to get his message out. There is still a two for the price of one theme when it comes to her family. Husband Bill Clinton made a cameo at the fundraising event at their Washington home. The same day Hillary Clinton raised money for Biden, her husband sat down to lunch in New York with Argentina's president-elect Javier Milei and former Senator Chris Dodd, who is Biden's special advisor for the Americas. In doing so, Bill Clinton served as a high-profile surrogate for Biden who did not meet with Milei. Dodd checked in with the White House before the lunch to go over discussion points, and Bill Clinton alerted the State Department that he would be meeting with Milei, said people familiar with the lunch. "I don't know of a couple that could be any more helpful to President Biden than the Clintons," said Tom Daschle, a former Senate Democratic leader. "They have an enormous level of support and admiration within the Democratic Party." "You've had politicians over the years say that every election is the most important election in our lifetimes," Daschle continued. "This is literally the most important election in all of American history. The stakes have never been this high. Everyone feels the need to do their part to ensure that we get through the next 14 months. People close to Hillary Clinton anticipate she'll be a tireless campaigner for the Biden campaign, rallying Democratic voters by laying out the stakes and explaining why a Trump victory could subvert America's democratic norms. Both she and Bill Clinton feel a degree of loyalty to the Democratic Party that not everyone in the party's orbit shares, a person close to her said. "She and her husband will do whatever is asked of them," this person said. "Some elected officials and former elected officials are, send us a list and we'll do 2 out of the 20 events. She'll do 18 out of the 20. She is also well positioned to caution voters that if they support a third-party candidate, they may cut into Biden's margin and flip the election to Trump," Democratic strategists said. In her 2016 loss to Trump, she saw some of her support peel off in favor of Green Party candidate Jill Stein's campaign, contributing to her defeat in closely contested states like Michigan and Wisconsin. She is the proof point of what can happen if you throw away your vote on someone other than President Biden because you're mad at one little thing, said a longtime Democratic strategist, speaking on condition of anonymity to talk more freely. That happened to her. Among other lessons learned from 2016 was the need to engage earlier, explained Amanda Renteria, Clinton's former national political director for the 2016 campaign. "What folks have now realized is actually you have to push back early and make sure you don't get defined by whatever is happening out there," Renteria said. "And so not only are you seeing Hillary pick up, but there's a lot more pushback on what the narrative is out there, what the theme is out there." Dick Harpootlian, former chairman of the South Carolina Democratic Party, said in an interview that Barack Obama ought to step up. Every Democrat and independent who cherishes the democracy that we have gotten to know, and if they want to stop it from unraveling, better step up with checkbooks and every waking moment try to motivate people to vote.